Hello and welcome to the Team DSI Monday night webinar. My name is Jared Krebs, Executive Ruby Director from San Antonio, Texas. I have the distinct honor of introducing the hosts of tonight's webinar. They are very well respected business leaders and mentors in this industry. You will definitely want to have your pen and paper out, sitting up, paying attention, and taking notes as you learn how these industry experts continue to build their business successfully. They have achieved the rank of Executive Gold Director as of last week, and they are the co-founders of Duplicate Success International. They are amazing leaders, mentors, and most importantly, I'm very proud to call them my parents. Plus, a very big and special congratulations to them for being the number 12 top earning gold directors in North America last week, as well as new executives. It's quite an accomplishment. We're all very, very excited. So proud of them both. Randy and Viola, are you on the line?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. We're here.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
You're very welcome.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about us. First of all, it's an honor and a pleasure to be able to be working with you all and to be able to share with you our journey this evening of our USANA journey, and has taken us this far already. Randy and I found USANA, 10 years ago? It was December of 2005 when we enrolled, and the journey has been incredible. Our health has never been better, and our finances, the freedom that we have been able to enjoy. And we'll move on with the webinar, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
With each webinar, we talk about our daily method of operation that we do as a team. Number one is use your products every day. Number two, read and watch or listen to 15 minutes of personal development material. And today counts for that. Number three, add 2 brand new people to your contact list and invite them. And how do we invite them? For example, my company just came out with a 10-minute YouTube video and we need to practice on some friends. Would you be willing to watch it and let me call you afterwards to ask a few questions? Or I'm learning my company slideshow and I need to practice on someone that I trust. Would you be willing to meet up and let me practice on you? Then ask the closing questions, which are on page 5 of the Fast Track manual after they see the presentation. Going right into the team recognition, we'd like to welcome new clients to the team. Welcome Shanna Harrington, new client introduced by Catherine Lord. Welcome Fernetta and Tracy Conley. Fortunetta and Tracy Conley, new clients introduced by Jared and Crystal Krebs. Welcome Laura Flores, new client introduced by Eloise and Anselmo Leal. Welcome Megan Torgeson, new client introduced by Viola and Randy Krebs. And new associate, we'd like to welcome Emma Rocha, new referral partner associate from San Antonio, introduced by Lillian Galdiano. And some special recognition for tonight. We want to congratulate Catherine Lord for being the number 23 top client enroller in the United States last week. And not only that, with her getting the number 23 top client, she also hit her weekly action plan goal, check goal for that particular week. So very proud of her. I'm going to see if she is on the line. Ah, she is. Catherine, I just unmuted you. Congratulations.
Woohoo, thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's a great accomplishment. Very, very excited for you. And like I say, you with that, you did hit your weekly goal for that week. So what an incredible week. Tell us a little bit about it.
Oh my gosh, I'm brain dead. Let me see. So I had 2 new clients that I enrolled. One was Shanna, you showed her picture, and the other was Sue Clark, who I first talked to when I first started doing the USANA in last year, and she had lost her job, and so I was hoping that she would want to do something like this, but she was not interested. And then the other night I was online and I don't even know how, oh, she was texting me and all of a sudden my phone rang but it rang through the texting and that had never happened before and I was like, what the heck is that? So anyway, we ended up talking and I was telling her that my experience with the products is that when I take the products, I don't get cramps in my legs and my feet at night, which cause me actually to jump out of bed, wakes me up out of a dead sleep.
Wow.
And she's like, oh my gosh, the same thing happens to my dad. And so her dad is like in his 70s, and she said, let me try those products. And so voila, that's how that happened. It was actually simple.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. And then, you know, I don't know how the other part of it, I don't even remember how I did the other parts. Only 2 clients. That was like, I think that was 70 points, but the other, I can't remember. But anyway, well, I want to say congratulations to you guys, though. I think that's fantastic. I am so excited. Executive Gold Director.
Well, thank you so much. Catherine, I just want to say something about your clients there. I just want to, let the team know that that was a perfect example of you planted the seed a year ago with Sue. And so it's so wonderful that once we plant those seeds, they will remember when the time is right. They will contact you, or somehow, and you'll actually make a difference. And so that's just the importance of not burning bridges, just planting those seeds. And you had kept focus of your weekly goal that you wanted because of your weekly action plan, and you saw how many points you needed, and that actually came to fruition for you. And so that just shows that having vision and direction and activity, those were all perfect examples. So thank you so much for being a great example to the team.
Sure, absolutely. And also, I have to say that Randy is so patient with me. He goes through everything with me over and over again because even though I write it down, sometimes it sticks in a little better than others, and it's getting better. But anyway, he actually said to me, this is what you need to do, and I did whatever it was I needed to do, and it happened.
Yep, excellent. That's again, the power of keeping track, and that's the importance of the weekly action plan. So again, congratulations, Catherine,
Yes,
number 23. Very proud of you.
thanks.
All right. Also, I'd like to congratulate Anselmo and Eloisa Leal for finalizing their premium pay setter and qualifying for lifetime matching bonus. So, Eloisa, I see that you're on the line here. I'm going to unmute you. Let you take a few minutes and talk about your finalizing your premium pay setter. Are you there, Eloise? You may have to unmute yourself. Yeah, I need to unmute yourself if you could. Eloisa? Oh, I have a little problem with it. If you can unmute.
We'll come back and see if we can get it.
All right. Next, we'd like to congratulate Laura Flores for losing 5 pounds on the Reset program last week. So a great big congratulations. It's awesome. It seems like every webinar we're congratulating someone for great achievements that they're doing, not only with the Reset program, with the Transform or continual loss of weight. So congratulations to Laura Flores. Now I want to update up on the Team DSI Cash and Prize Incentive. This is week 2 now of the Cash and Incentive. So in the lead for week 2 is Dee Cummings with 6 points, Phyllis Walker with 5, Lillian with 3, Catherine with 2, and Selma and Eloise 1, Melita and Aurora with 1 point. So again, this is for the cash incentive. There are 3 weeks left, and here's a reminder of how you can win. Again, you get 6 points for enrolling a 3 business center, 1 point or 3 points for a 1 business center enrollment, 2 points for a 3 business center upgrade from 1 to 3 business centers. Per customer is 1 point with at least a 30-point minimum order. Then rank advance is 5 points, any rank. So that's where Dee and Phyllis rank advanced a couple weeks ago, so they're sitting at the 6 points. So
just a reminder, a minimum 10 points to qualify.
Yes. Yep. So to be in any of these for first, second, or third, you need to be in at least 10 points to qualify. So 3 weeks left. So first place can win a total. The first prize is $200. Second place is $100 cash. It'll double if that person is attending GoPro. But wait, there's more. Third place is a case of Rev 3 and a Dr. Wentz Invisible Miracle Book. And fourth and fifth place is the USANA Convention bottles, new blender bottles. So again, three weeks left. Remember, you'd have to have at least 10 points to qualify, and good luck. There's a lot of time left. Those are team members that are currently registered for this incentive. You can see the list here. If your name is not there, just to opt in, and just take a moment. You can opt in by going to this address here, the http://win.teamdsi.info.
And I would like to thank Crystal Krebs for keeping the tally and keeping track of everyone. So this is how she does it. You have to opt in, otherwise it'd be harder to keep track. So that's definitely the reason for opting in. So please do that if you haven't done it already.
So when you opt in, you click Get Tickets. You're not really going to get a ticket, but that actually opts you in, and then you'll finish the process by submitting your email. Again, that's win.teamdsi.info. Any new clients that you enroll into your team, we have built a USANA Clients Facebook page. Pretty simple. You basically enter the name of your new client here, and they are now getting all the emails tied to the client page. And then you do a little bit of a write-up and include a picture with that. So first thing is put their name in, so as you do a little write-up, their name is highlighted, and they'll be able to see all the congratulations into these different categories. Also, for an associate that you enroll onto your team, make sure that you put them also on the Facebook Team DSI Duplicate Success International Facebook group. Same way, enter their name. They of course need to be your Facebook friend, put their name in. Also do a little write-up congratulating them on joining such a great team, and include a picture. Also with associates, also include them on the Hybrid Solutions group. This is another Facebook group of USANA associates only. And basically, again, enter their name here. And such a powerful group, because with this group, you can find any product success story here by searching this particular group for any type of story on a person that is reset success stories, certain health conditions that they're having success with. So you just enter it there, brings it up, and again, stories are so powerful, are a very powerful part of our business. All right, upcoming events. I want to talk a few upcoming events here. We have this Thursday, September 17th, a mixer hosted by Renee and Megan Martinez, 7 to 8 p.m. Make sure that you RSVP to Megan at the number here. Also, there's a spa party this Saturday at the Kelly Inn Hotel. the guest meeting room at 250 Donald Goodrich, San Antonio, RSVP to Jared Krebs. So come enjoy a free USANA smoothie and skincare facial. And with that, stay in the loop. You can text at SA Events to 81010 for San Antonio events, or text at SLCEV to 81010 for Salt Lake City events. You need Dr. Ladd McNamara CDs? You can order them on www.laddmcnamara.com, and if you buy them in bulk, if you buy 100, they come out to about $2.57 per CD. If you're in the San Antonio area, Jared has purchased some of the CDs, and he has 10 or 20 packs on sale for again, $2.57 per CD. Contact Jared if you need them. Or here in Salt Lake, we also had purchased 100. We're down maybe to 40 left, so we have, if you want a 10 pack or 20 pack, contact us for these CDs. Again, $2.57 per CD. GoPro event. We're all getting excited now for the 6th annual GoPro review. It's October 14th through the 17th at the Mirage Hotel and Casino. I think their tickets are all gone. Jared had one ticket left. Maybe Catherine, I know, may have a ticket to sell. So if you're looking to go to GoPro, get a hold of us and we'll see if we can help get a ticket, or get a hold of Catherine Lord. She may still have one ticket to sell.
Oh, success on the beach. Costa Rica is calling. All right, everybody, we're going to hold a training either next week or the week after that on how to do the tracker, so you'll know exactly how much volume you need to win this trip to Costa Rica. Hey, I'm all for going to Costa Rica, and I want all of the team to go with me. So let's work on it. I'm excited for this success on the beach.
To opt into the Success on the Beach, you go on the hub, you go click on opt in, and you can actually opt into this. It's based on incomes from July 1st is the USANA year through the end of June next year. So that's
and the tracker will help you track what's happened so far.
International Convention. The 2016 International Convention is August 24th through the 27th. Again, this is an event that you and your team will want to be there. And so far, this is exciting. We have almost 22 people already enrolled, registered for the next year's convention. So again, this is the event that you and your team want to get to. And as leaders, promote it. All right, talking on the Team DSI Buddy accountability, see if Sherry is on the line. I want to open it up to Sherry. Let's see if she's, no, don't look like Sherry made it on this time. That's okay. We can go ahead and cover it. This is something that Sherry pretty well put together. The group so far, one group is Amy, Anissa, and Andrea Hall. Second group, Sherry Bender, Melita, Victoria. Third, Sherry goes, I am here.
Okay, she is here. All right, let's go back and put her on the line.
Wow. I guess I'm blind.
No, the phone. We'll do it on the phone, maybe.
Sherry, are you online? You're on the phone. I can't see how to unmute you. So sorry at this point. Darn it. Well, moving on. Catherine, Laura, Julia Hay, Carrie Winstead are the next group, and then Becky and Betty are the fourth group.
She can talk on the phone, though.
So
she can talk on the phone, can't she?
Yeah, she can, but I don't know how to tie her in unless she can talk right now where we could hear her. So sorry. You're probably getting all audio, but we can't bring you in. So again, this is all based on the Team DSI tracker, the weekly action planner. So make sure you
if any of you are not on a team, contact Sherry Bender, and she will. You guys can figure an accountability team for you, because it's really important. It enhances your building of your business, and it's like there's nothing like accountability.
So, as with anything, make sure you have all your tools with you. Here's Jared's bins where he has the GoPro books and Dr. Ladd CDs. His newspaper has everything ready. So, again, just be prepared. You never know exactly. Even when we travel, we have everything with us where we're ready for presentation or give a person information. Finally, the follow up with the DMO. Again, use products every day. Read, watch, or listen to 15 minutes of personal development daily. And then invite 2 brand new people to your contact list. And that can be done through 2 examples. My company just came out with a 10-minute YouTube video. We need to practice on some friends. Would you be willing to watch it? Or I'm learning my company slideshow. I need to practice on someone I trust. And with that, follow up with the closing questions and after they see the presentation. Again, thanks everyone who joined us tonight. Now I want to open it up to those on the line. First person that I want to bring on is Lillian.
Go back to her picture.
Lillian, are you there? You may need to unmute yourself. There you are, Lillian. Hello, hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, there we can hear you. Well, welcome. Let me back up to your picture. I think you, ooh, don't want to do that. Let me bring you up here. I don't have no pick. Okay. Lillian,
Hi,
how are you tonight?
doing well, thank you.
Good, good. Tell us, what were some of the highlights for this webinar for you?
Well, I was really excited to hear about how you guys were introduced and how you got started, even though I think, like many of us, we just all always see ourselves as just an employee. And I was impressed with your both of your backgrounds and your college education, and so your stories are just very motivating.
Oh, yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it was quite a journey for all of us. And again, I think being an employee, even if you're an employee, you still have to respect where you're working. And I did that. I made the company I worked with, I did a very good job for them. So again, as an employee, you know, and a lot of people, you know, start out their USANA career as an employee as well, working as well. So yeah, no, thank you. For any other thing you wanted to add, Elaine?
Gosh, right now I can't think of anything, but other than my first year was last year on being able to write off taxes, and very excited about that because I saved you know, close to like $1,000 in my taxes, so that was very exciting.
Yep, that is a huge benefit of this business. Well, thank you so much, Lillian, and you have a great night.
Thank you.
All right, next person I'd like to bring up, let's bring up Betty Meyer. Betty, you'll need to unmute yourself. Are you there, Betty? All right, moving on. Arlene Ramirez. Arlene, are you there? Arlene. Moving on, let's see, Khalid Medina, welcome. You need to unmute yourself. There you go. Khalid, are you there?
I picked yes. Okay. Yes. Hello? Do you hear me?
Yep, can hear you fine.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, kind of the same like Lyndon. You know, just y'all stories, just when you hear someone else's story in the background, like it really builds faith, you know, and you know, y'all had y'all's different struggles and you know, y'all grew really, really fast, but then I'm sure y'all had y'all's moments as well, and then just because, you know, somebody else maybe didn't have the same growth as you know, y'all still had that growing spurt and you know the struggles that y'all went through and that's just really motivating, you know. Y'all did a great job like really being able to um, tell y'all story and it was just really good. Your story was really
Well,
motivating.
thank you. Yeah, you're right. We did advance quickly, but we stayed there for a long time because you have to develop yourself. And when we went gold so prematurely, we had a lot of team that we didn't know what to do with because we were not developed. And you know, it's nice to be able to look back and say, well, you know, our journey is different from someone else who might become a gold director in 5 years. They have more of the business maturity than we did at that time. So, and there's not a wrong or a right. It's just the way it is. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Khalid. Did you have any other highlights you want to share with us?
I just really like I really admire like y'all's relationship together and how y'all work together. You know, I met y'all several times and it seems like, you know, y'all it's not always an easy thing, you know, to work with another human being. So, you know, I really admire y'all's, you know, y'all's friendship, just in y'all's marriage and how y'all work together. I think that's awesome.
Well, yeah, we've known you for quite a while, Khalid. Do you have any questions?
I guess I would say like what kind of kept y'all through like those down times? Like, you know, like what was it that kept y'all like, you know, let's keep doing this? Because I think
Yeah.
even though y'all hit gold and you know what I mean, I think it's still we're
Oh,
natural
yeah.
human beings. We get something and then like, oh wow, okay, great, but it's like you know, you want more, you always want more. So I don't know how do you keep like just keep
Well,
going
there
on.
there were down times, definitely. And the only thing that saved me was the personal development. I couldn't have done it without it. I know there were several times I would call my upline, which was Jared, and I would be crying or I'd be like, you know, this is hard. And he would say, work on yourself. And so I would just go out and go to a training or I would study more and I'd work on myself. And it just pulls you through. Somehow it does. And today, I feel like now I can actually help someone else do that same thing. But you just have to keep working on yourself.
Mm, awesome. And I guess like how do y'all make time to do y'all's personal development? Is it always just like just whenever we can, or are we gonna set specific time to do this, or like because you know you still got to do the actual doing of
Right.
the business, and then you have life as well. So like, how do you make sure you get like good study time in?
I think study time or any even activity time, it's all planned. You know, we have a weekly calendar where we plan our fun, we plan our learning times, and we plan the hours that we're going to do activity.
Like presentations, phone calls.
Yeah. So and stick to it the best you can. Not always can you get to the minute on it, but it's important to make sure that it's planned and stick to it as close as you can and take that activity. It takes activity to grow, and you're always wanting to continue to build. Not only help your existing associates and clients, but you always want to grow, continue to grow as well. So excellent question. So I think it's all based on the timing that we, or the scheduling of the time we do. So all right, thanks Khalid. I'm going to move on to Julia Hay. Julia Hay.
Hi, Randy. Hi,
Hi.
Viola.
Hi,
Hi
Julia.
Julia, how are you?
Doing great.
So tell me,
I
what were the highlights for you, or do you have any questions on tonight's webinar?
oh boy, I loved seeing your story, and I do like Khalid. I saw how connected the two of you are, and how you both grew through this whole journey together, and I know how much fun you have, and how devoted you are to each other and the business. So and to each of us. So it's wonderful, and it's good to see the pictures. Oh my goodness, from when you're very young, and since I've met your children now, and to see them so young, that was truly
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah, just an amazing thing on that. Viola never ages.
I I was just going to say that. I go, and to see her as a young mother, and now I'm thinking she looks younger now, and actually so vibrant and tanned and alive, and now she's enjoying her grandchildren. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Um,
just provide a good life if you let it and you stick with it and you just keep going.
well, and you're pain free. I think that shows that you're
Yes.
pain
Oh,
free.
yeah. It makes a difference in the smile. You can see it on the smile. Do you have any questions, Julia?
Oh, well, off the top of my head, I'm not real. Hmm. I do want to say, I guess it's okay if I say it. My sister Carrie and I, we are working together, as our buddies now also. But
Right.
today we started our reset.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
It's Carrie has not done this before, so I'm doing it with her again, just so she can also. Yeah, so we together this weekend at the wedding went over there, with the family, and we made some strategic little plans, for our own weight loss and how we can train other people also. And so, but she needed to experience this, firsthand.
Sure.
So we're doing that. I guess I do have a question about it. Can we use Fiber G when we do the
Yes, you
reset?
can. It actually is a good thing to put in your shakes. You are used to it, Julia. So you could put the teaspoon or the 2 teaspoons.
Okay.
Carrie kind of start with half a teaspoon and just kind of work it up through there since she's starting it for the first time.
All right, thank you. I wasn't sure about when you're doing the reset if it was okay. All right.
It is okay. Absolutely.
Well, and congratulations, you two. This is a wonderful achievement, being executive gold.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Julia.
Again, we can't do any of this without team. So thank you, Julia.
You're so welcome.
Carrie's with you, right, Julia? Right there.
Carrie Winstead, are you there with Julia, or
Are you on your own?
on your own, Carrie? Are you there?
Oh, we're not hearing you.
All right, Charles Murray. Charles, if you can unmute yourself. Are you there, Charles? Still muted.
Oh, he's got his hand up.
You need to unmute yourself,
Love
Charles.
technology.
We're gonna move on. Sorry. Let's go to
Melita.
Melita Sheets.
The birthday girl.
Birthday girl.
Hello.
There you
Hey,
are.
happy birthday.
Again. It's almost over.
We're still celebrating your birthday for 2 days now. It's awesome. Hey, do you have any questions, or what was your highlight?
Oh, my highlight was when you said something about the public speaking. Yeah, that was also one of my counts. I have to conquer that, that public speaking, and I'm still, I'm kind of like hesitant, how am I going to start my introduction,
Right.
Yes.
I have to be really, I need to practice on my own. How am I going to face it, and so I was trying to contact, some people tonight, but I just can't call because of the webinar. So maybe after the webinar, I might be calling people because
I know you're full of activity, and tell them it's your birthday. They have to listen to you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Melita.
I really didn't think about my birthday. I'm thinking about all the work that I'm going to do. I worked today. It was so busy, and we were so short-staffed, and of course, I didn't have any breaks, and had to go overtime again. And so, on my way out, I forgot the phone numbers that I took from the other patients, and so I called the front desk and said, "Can you give me that phone for me?"
Oh, wow.
So I got that phone, and I called, and I said, "I'll call back later tonight after the webinar training."
Yeah.
Yes, but I know what you mean about the public speaking. I was so afraid when I started. I would tell Jared, I'd be like, "Jared, I'm so scared." I actually spoke in front of 700 people at STI when I was in USANA a year, and Jared was so cool, because he's a natural on stage. He's like, "Mom, just let your hand shake." I still remember his advice. Let your hand shake, and just let him see your hand shake, and then pretty soon it's not going to shake. And so I remember that distinctively, but yeah, it was a process for me to get there, and it's still part of my journey. But it's there. It's fun.
It's hard. I
And you
mean,
did great. I've seen you talk in front of people, and you're much better than I was when I started.
I
So
know. Maybe just because you were there.
because
For my energy, you know. I know when I get screwed up, I know I have somebody to turn to.
So true. Well, happy birthday, Melita, and enjoy the rest of your birthday day, and look forward to.
Question real quick before you let me go. I
Okay.
just called the USANA and they told me that they didn't process my auto order because of that back order.
Okay.
I told them that, you know, you're going to mess up my volume, you know, if you don't send me that. I thought maybe my understanding is you're going to send me and process this. And, you know, took all the orders out and send me back the other one, you know, the back order. And they said, no, you have to change whatever is not available there. I said, I don't think that I was supposed to do that. That I have to change my orders, he said, and to make it up so they can process it. And there's 2 back orders. And I said, once their back order is, you know, is in, then we're going to send it to you. And I said, what, can't you just send the rest of the stuff that along with the orders, with the auto orders? And so they're not processing it though.
We'll get on the phone after with them.
Yeah, good. So I said, well, I'm going to talk to Randy and I'll let them talk to you guys.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
We'll give you a call after this and get them on the line.
Yeah, because I talked to Courtney.
Yeah.
Courtney, okay, all right,
All
sounds
right.
good.
We'll be on touch soon.
Okay, well, that's what I got from them. So I said,
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Happy birthday. Sherry Bender. I see you're online. Welcome, Sherry. Sorry we had a little mix-up earlier. What highlights or any questions from this webinar today?
Well, I appreciate the message of just being consistent, even when it gets a little difficult. Maybe your schedule fills up, or you know, things definitely, life can be pretty busy. So that was just a good tip for me to hear. Yeah, just hearing your story, I think, is really powerful. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I guess my question is what, I know you've probably consumed many tidbits and personal training, you know, information. Is there any book that really stands out to you that you like, or that you thought was particularly helpful to you, that spoke to you in terms of personal development, or any training or anything that really kind of stands out to you?
Yeah, we've done so many. Rohn. What's his first name?
Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn. If any of you can get a hold of the Building Your Network Marketing Business, Jim Rohn, I probably listen to a lot. Do you own that, Sherry? I think you.
I don't think I do.
Okay, yeah.
No, I know I don't.
Okay, get that CD.
Okay.
That's a very good one.
The GoPro book is very instrumental for, I think, the new person that's just starting out with their business.
Okay.
Wow, I just we've read so many books.
But yeah, those would be
Think and Grow Rich is always a great book.
Okay.
And we've had so many excellent books in our career.
Hey, thank you. Thanks again for sharing your story.
Gary, since we have you on the line, can you real quick go over any accountability discussion you were going to do with the group?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm still having internet issues at my home, so I'll try to get those fixed.
Oh, okay.
So my apologies. Yeah, so what I would suggest is, if you haven't met with your group members yet, the first thing to do is set up a time that works for you, for each of you. And you can either, if your group is 2 people, you know, it's a little bit easier. If you have 3 people, you might want to, you know, kind of do a little conferencing to see, and just set up, I would say, 15 to 30 minutes where you can just kind of get to know each other, and maybe decide, okay, what do we want to do with this? And so I'm paired so far with Pippa, and then I do another session with Victoria, and we talked one-on-one for each of the groups that I'm in, And we shared kind of our USANA story, which I think was helpful to kind of talk about that with someone else. And then we also talked about goals, and talk the next time we get together, we'll set our concrete goal that's measurable, whether that's I'd like to pay for my products within 3 months or something like that. And I think the other thing we want to do is we talked about, what barriers do we think we have? Because I think that's where a lot of people sit for a long time is, oh boy, I think I could be really successful, but this is the reason I can't. So it's kind of a joke. We said, let's talk about killing our cows. What are the things we need to do? That's a little graphic. We'll have to figure out a different way to say that. Tame the cows. We'll tame the cows. So I could share it with you. One of mine is to get a little more friendly with social media. And I did sign up for the social media at convention, which I'm excited about, but I'm also a little afraid of it. So it's my goal to get savvy in that area and to just come back to my accountability partner and explain to her, okay, what did I learn? How do I think I can use this? Where do I think I need to improve? And actually spend some time on it. I think that's just a gem and thank you for sharing, just being consistent, even if it's 20 minutes every day, put some time toward the goal. If you go, if you do, there's probably a great saying, but if you do a little bit of nothing every day, you get nowhere, right? If you do a little bit of something, you're going to move toward your goal. It's inevitable. It just might take you a little bit longer. And then on the days when you have extra time, and like you said, schedule it in. And so we really talked about, where we need to make movements forward. And I think it stands out to me when I talk to someone else. And now they're going to be waiting for me to explain to them how I've moved forward. So I'm excited, and I'm, thankful for the partners that I have who take the time to do this with me.
All right.
Well, thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Sherry.
Oh, sure. My pleasure.
All right, I want to go back to Charles Murray. Charles, if you can unmute yourself. Are you there? Go ahead and see if you can unmute yourself one more time.
He's got his hand up. He's got his hand up. Oh,
so I'm going to leave you unmuted here, Charles, and move on to...
See if you can figure out how to unmute
Catherine
yourself.
Lord. Catherine Lord.
Hello.
How are you?
So I'm good. And what my
Highlight
was,
the question. Okay.
Danny Johnson. That is like what stood out for me because that's where I met you guys.
That's
and
right.
Although you never said anything to me about USANA, I honestly, when I went to Danny Johnson, I thought everybody sold Danny Johnson products and nobody would tell me about them.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. I'm like, why is it such a big secret? So anyway, and then the Sonovy picture that you posted on Facebook was what interested me. I thought it was a resort, and I was like, oh, tell me about your vacation. So, do you remember that? That's how
I do remember that. I do. Yeah.
And the thing that you said tonight, you said you wanted to start building your business here in Portland. Well, you know that Julia and I are going to Bali, and that's a question I have. Is like, how do you start a business in a foreign country? Because we're going to Bali and Singapore. So, do you have any idea how we can do that?
We could talk later about that. I've not built another country, but I built another city, another state, which is kind of like another country, but they speak English. But I mean, we can talk about that, Catherine.
That's going to take a little time, especially for the country, different countries.
Yeah. We'll do a little
research. Schedule a time and get together on that. Definitely.
Yes, because that is our goal when we go there in February. So.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. That'll be a good goal for you guys. So if you could have it mapped out, it's going to be very helpful for you.
And another thing is, like you were saying, what is it that keeps you going in those down times? Someone asked. And honestly, I think for me, probably going to the Danny Johnson things helped me to with Faith. I mean, to me, she's a little bit well, maybe I
Yeah,
won't say that. But I think building your faith and building your spirituality, getting
yeah.
a better understanding of who you are through faith, I think is what really has helped me to 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 be able to stay with it, because our reality that we live every day is only what we're seeing. It's not the bigger picture. It's not the infinite. And so I think when you come from that place, um, you realize that there's much bigger things out there for you than you even realize.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was. I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because that is huge, because we can't do it alone. I mean, I think back and it's like, how many times have I asked the Holy Spirit to just kind of get me through something? And the sauna business is no different. You hit it right on.
Yeah.
Well,
And so I think that
go ahead.
I just really lean on that now more than I ever have in my whole life. And I guess maybe the older you get, the more you do that. But I think that if somebody can, I mean, I really feel like now that I know about this, like I think if you teach your children this, my goodness, they are going to be so far advanced, so far ahead of what they could be
Right.
if they don't learn about it. And so anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
All right.
Well, thank you for
Thank you,
that.
Catherine.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Great comments. I'll open the line now to Carmen Gutierrez. Carmen, your line's open.
Do you have highlights or questions, Carmen? Oh,
I have both.
Okay.
The highlights was to see you guys embrace Jared's success and making it your own as well, and be motivated by that. And my question is, how do you guys manage to reach your goal besides the inspiration that Jared brought to you guys? Because I know that was an inspiration on its own, but
oh,
what other I would say, what
no.
other things inspired you?
Well, for me, if I'm wanting to reach a goal, like I'm like constantly thinking about it, and that can cause a little bit of stress. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to fit a little bit of relaxation, maybe meditation in my day, but just keeping my vision on the goal. And I've learned a very empowering prayer that I say, and I've said this for probably a year, that I am an executive goal director. It's just that all I would say in the mornings when I would say my prayers, and after a while, I think saying that brought the activity, and somehow it just happened. But you use all these different strategies, and writing it down for me is, I'm like, okay, I need to call these people. So I would write all the people I'm going to call, and maybe the people that I did call didn't pan out, but I would sit there and I'd look out my window, and pretty soon the thought would come into my head, oh, why don't I call the neighbor that's next door? So I call the neighbor next door. So it's just these little things that happen, and at the end of the day you're going, wow. And then the next morning I say my prayers, and what happens is I get a phone call from someone that says, you know what, I want to order some products. How are you? I'm so happy, to talk to you, or whatever. But it's like, I know I'm kind of now thinking about what Catherine said. It's like, you can't do it alone. You actually do need,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I think following up with that, and Viola touched on it briefly, tracking, that's what the weekly action planner is key also. Starting each week, knowing where we need to be at the end of the week and what it takes to get there, and planning our business hours accordingly for it. So I think it's got to be key for any successful business as well. It definitely helped ours.
Correct. I agree with you. Well, thank you for that enlightenment. I appreciate it.
Oh, you bet.
Thank you,
All right.
Carmen, for
Thank
your
you, Carmen.
feedback.
I also want to go to Anselmo or Eloisa Leal. Your line's open. You'll need to unmute yourself. And you can unmute yourself and talk about any, there you go.
There they are. Welcome, you two. We can hardly hear you. Can you step a little closer to your computer?
Okay, is that better?
No, not much.
That's a little better.
Not.
Oh, okay, there. How about now?
Yeah. That's a little better. Did you have any highlights? What are your highlights or questions?
Yes, it's beautiful. I mean, I'm loving it. I like your story. I mean, it's beautiful. Jerry's parents you're wonderful people. The whole story is just, it's like, I was telling Jerry, it's like being on half a tank and then all of a sudden getting your tank all full of gas again, because it's like very inspiring. I really enjoyed everything that I heard on your story. And you're right. You just gotta keep going, stay focused. And I think the main thing is just stay focused, stay excited. Invite other people, talk to everybody about it. Keep taking the product. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. It's great. We're loving it. Luisa and I, it's really because we were so many people that we don't do a lot of things together, and this is allowing us to be together more. So it's really great. I love it.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
so great. That's your story right there, Anselmo, is like keep with that story and people will notice. And they remember. They remember they'll see you guys together. It's lifestyle. Any questions? Yeah. Any questions for us?
No, the whole thing was very inspiring. I'm like, we're right now like glowing in the dark.
Oh, you're
Excellent.
so sweet. Thank you.
Now I know where Jerry gets all that energy from.
Yeah.
He's just going and going and going.
Yeah.
That is so true, but USANA helps all these products that we take.
Do you have any questions, Eloisa?
No. I just
Highlights?
like to hear the stories because you feel down and you're like, oh no, I can't go through this, and you hear your story and just picks you back up and helps you.
Oh yes, yeah. It's so true. There are still, we've talked to thousands, and there are still thousands more to talk to, waiting for us. It's up to us at this point.
And Eloisa, the longer you stay in USANA, you will see that your name gets associated with USANA from your friends, the people that you've talked to. Pretty soon, years later, people will just call you out of the blue because they're like they need your help, and that to me is inspiring. It's like, wow, if I would have quit, how sad would that have been? I can't ever see myself quitting, but yeah. So it's just it happens. You stick with it and work on your health and yourself.
Right. And we were already at that point where you're at that we can say, think back and we, just have our story, successful story.
That's right. Thank you so much for your feedback.
Thank you. The last person I want to invite is Jared. Jared, if you'll unmute yourself, tell us about your highlights or any questions you may have.
Sure. So the highlight for me is just all the pictures, and reliving all that with you. It's just cool to think about.
Oh, you were there, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cool to think about like what USANA has done for us as a family. The relationships that we have with people, our friends, our family, our team, the health that we have, how USANA has seen us through some crises like with Crystal and her health, and what I mean, y'all's health, how much it's helped. Because sometimes I, just like everybody else, sometimes I get discouraged too, and sometimes I think, man, would this prospect really want to go through everything you have to go through to be successful in USANA?
Right.
Like, does my next prospect really understand what like they're gonna have to go through?
Yeah, so true.
But then I think about all the benefits that you just can't even put a price on it. You guys being completely debt free, me and Crystal being on our way.
Yeah.
On our way to be debt free. I mean, I am this month I'm paying off my final credit card bill and be completely card debt free. Like, and not only that, but knowing how to stay debt free.
That's key.
And our health, our friends, the finances, just I don't know. I mean, yeah. Sometimes it's hard. A lot of times it's hard. Yeah, you have to overcome stuff, but I don't know. It's cool to think about what it's done for our family in every aspect. And thank you for taking the time to assemble your pictures and your story, because it really made a difference for the team. I mean, you can hear it from everybody's feedback and questions. So my question for you guys is, how did you I mean, someone already asked, like, how did you get through the challenges? But I remember some really low times, Dad, when you called me out after you'd been in USANA for 5 years and your check wasn't too big, and you felt like, I've been in USANA for 5 years. What the heck am I doing? And
Yeah, exactly.
like that funk you were in for a while, and Mom, I hate network marketing, and all these things you would call me and say. Like, what got you guys through that? I know you already kind of answered it, but was there anything you want to add to how you got through the lower times?
Jared, I think because you were such a rock. You were a rock, and so I just knew that I could count on you, and you weren't going anywhere, and you weren't budging, and I could tell you whatever I wanted, and I knew that it would just go right through you. And so I just want the team to know that we are so lucky to have a leader that is a rock, because if you had a wishy-washy leader, he'd be gone. And with Jared, no, he's there. You can tell him anything. So I mean, I've told him everything. I'm like his mom, and he's heard like I'm probably the worst associate that he's had, but I just know that I can tell him, I can trust him, and I can tell him, and he's just there. He's just there for you. So that, I mean, that's priceless right there, to have a business partner like that.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think without Jared, we would not still be doing a USANA business.
Oh, we'd be doing a USANA business, but we would not be where we're at. That's my because definitely I'd be on products, because I love the products. So it wouldn't make sense not to do the business to me. I couldn't just take products and stop there and not share it with people and make a difference in others' lives. But Jared definitely was instrumental in being that rock that I needed.
Thank you.
Anything else, Jared?
No, that was it. Fantastic job. Really, really special webinar. I'm excited for the recording. I've already been telling several that were not on the webinar how they missed out. So they need to get on it, and I assume you're going to make a abbreviated version or whatever, so it's cut off the first part and the last part. It's just the main part's going to be your story.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, thanks everyone that hung in. We went a little bit long tonight. Thank you all. I've unmuted all the lines, so I'd like to end it with everyone saying thank you and God bless.
Good night.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Jared, if you can stop the recording.
All right.